Hello, my name is Fred Farris, the CEO of the Aspire Institute. I wanted to share with you a little bit about our process and our program and coaching for contractors across the country. We have a couple of key tools that we use in our coaching program. One is what we call Aspire Intelligence, which is a number tracking system to be able to diagnose the business and understand all the different key moving pieces and aspects of the business. We then take it from there and break it down into what we call our 6 pillars, which are the 6 key areas of the business to refine and improve on. And then with those tools, we can help each client understand where their priorities need to be and how to improve their business. I'd like to share that with you today. So I'd like to jump into first our AI and what we have there. This is our dashboard of our financial numbers where we're looking at all the different numbers of the business, but we want to break out key numbers. We want to look at revenue, we want to look at cost of goods, we want to look at gross profit, overhead, and obviously net profit. That's the important one, right? We want to look at where we were, where we are, and where we're going. So what we want to look at is we need to have like a roadmap. Where are we now? Where are we headed? What is the next step along that path? So as you can see here, we break down the starting numbers for our clients, where we currently are, and then what is our next goal. And then as we set goals, the numbers change based on what that goal is and where we're going. So we will use this information, we'll break it down, and then we'll jump into the pillars to see, okay, what areas need to be refined and fixed, and then how do we do that? So these are the 6 pillars. It starts with marketing, and it's all aspects of marketing and lead generation. How do we position ourselves? How do we brand ourselves? What is our unique value proposition? What is our differentiator? How do we communicate that to our clients? How do we attract the right kind of clients for our job mix? All of our other programs and processes like geofarming or our maintenance divisions or any of those kinds of things fall into marketing as well. So here's a quick overview of some of the things that we look at in our marketing section and how we put that together. But we'll help you to identify what is the key marketing for you, for your market, for your business, for the job mix that you're looking for, and how do we bring it all together. After marketing, we shift to sales. And the sales process is pretty important. We find that a lot of our clients have a lot of leads coming in, but how we track and manage those leads are important. So breaking down the sales, we call it a sales bridge from when the client raises their hand and says, I have interest, through signing a PSA or a design agreement is what we consider the sales process. So what are the steps along the way? How do we make that happen? Is it working? If it's not, where is it falling down? What sales material do we have in our KSP or killer sales proposal process that we go out for our tools in our follow-up meeting? Are we understanding their buying motives and buying decisions? Are we going through a logical selling process? And identifying if our process is working, great. If it's not working, where is it not working, and how do we refine and shore that up? From sales, we go into estimating. And estimating we see as after you've signed the design agreement through to starting the project. And the estimating process is an important process. It's still part of the sales process, but it's understanding the margins and numbers and costs to make sure that we keep all of our costs in line, to make sure that we're building a profitable job, but also to hold the customer's hand through that process and be the consultant. We're almost the adult supervision at that point to make sure that we help them deliver the vision that they had when we signed the PSA and the budget that they had when we signed the PSA to make sure they have the right outcome. There should never be that sticker shock at the end of the job when they didn't know it was going to be that price. So there's a whole process to this. Some of those steps are, managing the big 8, making sure that we have the right contract and processes, and our estimating is accurate, that we know what our labor costs are, we know what our real materials costs, and we look at things like escalation and that kind of stuff. So here's a list of some of those things. From estimating, then we get into production. Now that we've got the bid signed, how do we produce the job? How do we manage that? So in the production, we're looking at things like what is our materials, material costs, just materials deliveries, on-site processes, how are we managing our subs? Do we have an annualized sub agreement? What are the expectations we have there? How are we managing our in-house labor? How are we managing change orders? There's a lot of different moving pieces here. But we got to make sure that we have a good process so that we can have efficiency, and efficiency translates into profit. Once we're done with production, we get into the feedback, and the feedback is really tracking what happened. We should both be autopsying at the end of the job, but we should also be doing it along the way to make sure that we know where we are at every phase of the project and be able to adjust and refine as needed so that we land where we want to land at the end. So we look at things like job costing and cost per job category. We look at our labor costs, our labor productivity, efficiencies. Are we managing and tracking all of our supervision time, all of our oversight time? Where is it going? And then we want to look at what is the swing. So the swing is you estimated the job at a let's say a 20% gross profit. Did we land at a 20% gross profit? And if not, what's the difference and why? And how do we refine and fix that? And then how do we have the right meetings and training with our team to be able to improve going forward? And that leads us into the business development side of this. A lot of this is leadership development and developing your team and your people. It's also hiring and staffing. It's also time management. It's bigger picture things like succession planning and exit strategies. There's an awful lot in the business development that we work on to help each client with where they need to go and move forward. The key thing about Aspire is it's not a one-size-fits-all. The program is designed to take you from where you are to where you want to go, and everybody has a different direction, a different position, a different business model they're trying to build. So that's why we do it this way. So once we have that process kind of developed in, we go back and refine it continually, and that's where AI really comes in. So we're tracking these numbers and we're looking at them. We also track marketing and production. We're looking at things like how many leads come in from marketing, and we do it by job mix. So in this case, I have residential, remodel, new homes, and another category. We can add and change those categories for each client. But we set targets based on how many leads we need for our conversion rate to PSAs or design agreements, and then our conversion from PSAs to contracts. So we track that. What is your leads coming in? What is your PSA signed? What is the contract signed? And then what is the conversion rate in each category, so that we can identify where our strengths and where our opportunities for improvement are. We take it from there and we break the numbers down so we can see exactly what's happening in the business. We know month to month what the trends are and what's happening and what is our goal, so we can set that. We have targets where we can actually build out projections and build out the future, where are we at, how many jobs in each category, what is the gross profit target for that category, what is the percentage of work for that category, and therefore how many jobs do we need in each category each month and each year, and what is the total revenue for that. We then take that and break it down to see what is our projected close rate on those leads, and therefore how many leads do we need. So we know how many leads we need to focus on in marketing, what our conversion rate needs to be in our sales and estimating process, what our margin needs to be in our production process, and how we land at that goal. And then we can track our starting numbers, we can track our current run rate, we can track where our next goal is going to be, and then the critical one is the ultimate target. That's the there. Where do we want to head? Because our next goal is based on heading in that direction, and if we don't know where that is, it's difficult to set the next target. So that's how it works. This next goal target here is what populates the AI dashboard. Color change, it goes from red to yellow to green. Clearly green is good, red is bad, yellow is almost good. So it's pretty easy to glance at that and know what areas to work on. Then you can jump in with your coach and you can look in further. We can see trends and compare previous to now, last year to this year, to see what's happening. We also have the ability to look at run rates over 3, 6, 9, 12 months, or every month individually, so that we can really get into the numbers granularly and see what's happening with your business and help you refine and fix it. So it's kind of a quick overview of what our process looks like. I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, please give us a call. We'd love to talk with you more. Thank you.
If you'd like to learn more about how the Aspire Institute can help take your residential contracting business to the next level, reach out today to start the conversation. Thanks for watching.